morning in the morning. I'm Mia and let's get started on making carrot cupcakes. I swear they're even better than the ones from Starbucks. First we're gonna start off by peeling and shredding 3 medium-sized carrots. Which is honestly pretty hard if your first pole dance lesson was 3 days ago and your whole body hurts. I was crying about it like a little baby, but I got through it eventually. Also this time I decided to add some pecans. Pecan. So I took 1 cup of peanuts and chopped them roughly and added that to my shredded carrots. Nuts are totally optional in this recipe. I just like pecans. Some people add raisins, but I feel like that should be a crime. Preheat the oven to 180 at conventional heat. Yes, Celsius. In our first bowl, we're gonna start off with the dry ingredients. That being 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. For my fellow Germans or Europeans or whatever, that's Weizen 550. 2 tablespoons of baking powder. And for the spices, I don't like to be too precise about it, but roughly 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, and 1/4 teaspoon of
cardamom.
I put that bowl into my KitchenAid and let that mix for a minute or 2 until it's all incorporated. And in the second bowl, I started off with the wet ingredients. I cracked in 3 medium-sized eggs or 2 large eggs. And 1/2 cup of granulated white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. For my fellow Germans, this is the kinetic sand brown sugar. It looks like kinetic sand, I don't know. It feels and moves like kinetic sand. And also 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. I put that into my KitchenAid with the whisk-looking attachment thingy. And let that beat on the highest setting for 5 minutes or so until it's all fluffed up.
Hey, yo, can you please subscribe to this channel? And like the video? Mama says I get a big chewy.
That was an awful impression of Dobby, but Loki, that's what we think she would talk like. If she could talk. Yeah, back to the video. I changed out the attachment to the flat beater pedal thing again. I put it on a low setting and little by little add in the dry ingredients until it looks somewhat like this, like a proper dough. And once that is done, I go back to my shredded carrots and pecans and add that in as well. Let that incorporate slowly and carefully. And once it's all nice and incorporated, that's our batter. Easy as that. This recipe makes 16 cupcakes. I get on my muffin tray and put my cupcake liners in there. This has been the best tip ever since I tried it, and it's just using an ice cream scooper to portion your cupcake batter. It gives you equally sized cupcakes and doesn't leave you with the mess, like when the dough drips and then the paper and then it's this whole thing and it's this mess. You know exactly what I mean if you try doing it with a regular spoon or something. I tap my tray a little just to get out unnecessary air. And then I pop my muffins into the oven for 20 minutes. Once they're all baked, let them fully cool down. And let's get started on the frosting. For the frosting, everything needs to be at room temperature. We're gonna beat up 50 grams of butter. I like to use salted butter just because salt, sugar, it gives it that little oomph to make the sweet pop in that. And we're gonna beat up that butter with 200 grams of cream cheese. until that is all well fluffy and combined. And I have good news for you if you forgot to buy powdered sugar and have regular sugar at home, because I'm stupid and it took me 25 years to learn that you can just mix up granulated sugar and you get powdered sugar. I was today years old, and I found it out by accident. Anywho, into your cream butter mixture, you want to add in 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. And then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, and a pinch of cinnamon and cardamom. And here's the thing, what I did wrong, and this will all make sense in a sec. I thought my frosting looked weird because I put too much cinnamon, so I tried to lighten it up with more cream cheese and more powdered sugar. It all worked out, but at the end I ended up with way too much frosting. So please listen to my initial quantities here, or you just want a bunch of frosting that's now sitting in the freezer and waiting for the next time I make carrot cake. Anywho, now you have the frosting, and now it's time to decorate our little cupcakes. I don't know if you can find this, but in Germany we have these cute little marzipan carrots that I like to put on my carrot cakes. So I'll put some frosting and the little carrots. And there you have it, the best carrot cakes. And that's it, the best carrot cupcakes ever, and I swear they're better than the ones from Starbucks. Let's ask my co-worker if she has something to say to you as well. Hello! Do you have something for the comments, for the people? Do you have an idea for the comments? Do you want to ask the people something? Understood. She would like to ask you what's your favorite vegetable in the comments. And also would, of course, like to mention that you don't forget to pay the carrot tax to your dog. And don't forget about the cream cheese tax as well. We hope you liked the video and have the best day ever. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.